All right, what is up, everybody? Hello, hello, how are you? What is going on? It is a special day here, folks. It is Saturday, March 3rd, 2018. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome to today's fun gameplay stream, folks. Welcome, welcome. What is today? Today is special. Today is not a normal ongoing playthrough. Today is not a multiplayer session. Today is a marathon, ladies and gents. Marathon. If you're not aware, folks, this was made available, or this was made possible by back in January. It was actually people who had subscribed right here to my Twitch channel. And because we hit a subscribers goal, we're doing an Indies marathon today. Now, the indie games that are being played, there's going to be 4 of them, FYI, are two-part. First of all, I'm going to be playing the game Getting Over It. This is an indie game that was hot back in December when it released. Everyone was playing it. As you guys know, I don't usually drop everything to just play indie games ever. It's a rarity if I even get to cover an indie game, and when I do, I usually try to do it during a special event like a marathon like today, okay? So that being said, this should be fun because I'm going to be playing the game finally. It's apparently a very rage-inducing game, Getting Over It. Apparently, there's a lot of repetition, a lot of fails, a lot of potential for, you know, frustration. In fact, the game is supposed to be designed around frustration. And, you know, ever since I heard about this game back in December, I wanted to check it out and haven't had a chance, so that's why it's part of the marathon today, okay? Now, the other games being played today. Doki Doki Literature Club. Also, Darkest Dungeon. And yes, folks, VR chat. So we've got a lot going on today. 4 games. I fully expect that we're not going to be able to decide what game we want to kind of continue with. The thing is, I've heard Doki Doki Literature Club is about a 5 to 6 hour long game. And that if you play it at length, it's actually quite good, but that you don't get the good stuff until like 2 hours in. So what I may do is start with that today and try to push forward and see how far we can get, see if we can get to the good parts of the game, okay? Because obviously I don't want to play the game for 2 hours and see nothing good. All right. Darkest Dungeon, I honestly have no idea how it's going to go. Reason being, I played that game 2 years ago. That's right, I played it on the PS4 way back in 2016. Even back then, quite frankly, no one really was enjoying it. Like, I played it for about an hour and a half, and people were telling me, this is boring. This sucks. We don't want to see this. This is terrible. Why are you playing this? And I was like, okay, well, then fine. And I stopped playing it and moved on to other games because it was actually during a marathon like this. Now, for some reason, it's been nominated and voted in again. I mean, the thing is, I was actually enjoying the game when I played it back then. I actually really liked it. So I don't understand why people weren't liking it, but it is what it is. You know, Darkest Dungeon, I really do like the game. I liked the game when I was playing it. Now, here's the problem. What do? Do I start completely over today when I play Darkest Dungeon? Because I already have the game on PS4. Because I haven't played it in almost, you know, a year and a half. I don't remember how to play the game. I have no recollection of the game at all, really. So in that regard, I don't know if I just, let's continue the game from where I was. Could be a bad idea. Because I don't know what's going to happen. I could potentially just fuck up badly. And it'll end up being terrible, you know, everyone dying or whatever. And what's the point of that? So I'm not sure what to do. I'm honestly not sure what to do. If I should start completely over or just continue from where I was in 2016. Obviously, I'll be looking for your input, you know, back then. When we get to it, all right? When we get to that point, I want to see what happens when we're actually playing Darkest Dungeon, see what people want me to do, all right? VR chat, I'll be real with you guys. Number one, I really think the hype for VR chat is completely dead at this point. This was a game that was hype in like December, January, and it completely died out. So that being said, I don't know if it's going to be as exciting as it was the last time I tried to check it out. Number two, last time I played it, it just crashed constantly. It was just crash after crash after crash. And so after playing it for like an hour to an hour and a half, I got so frustrated trying to play this game, I gave up, and I said, forget it, I'll do something else. And I did. I ended up switching over to something else on stream because I was so frustrated that the game wasn't functional, quite frankly. Now, some people were saying, well, it's not the fact that, the game is wonky or anything. It's that your PC couldn't handle the game. Yeah, okay. It's my PC's fault. No. Now, other people were saying there was someone in there who was actually, like, hacking. And apparently they were going into the rooms that I was in, after me being in them for a few minutes. And basically finding a way to get my game to crash. If that's the case, that would actually make sense. Because it was funny how sometimes I could play it endlessly. But then all of a sudden, when people started to show up and kind of track me down and find me on different rooms, all of a sudden it would crash. Right? So that being said, I don't know how that's going to go. So we've got, out of the games I'm playing today, 2 games, I have no idea if they're even going to be very good. Definitely, I think Getting Over It's going to be like the big one. The one that's going to be the most entertaining out of all of them. So I think the way I'm going to do it, we're going to start with Doki Doki Literature Club for a couple hours here and see how it goes. Then we're going to, give it to you and say, what would you guys like to see? Would you like me to play Darkest Dungeon next, or do you want me to play VR Chat next? Okay? And I'll switch, we'll take a break. I'll switch over to whatever it is that you want. And then when we do that for a bit, we'll see how it goes, and then we'll switch to the other one, and then we'll finish tonight with Getting Over It. Okay? Sound good? I think it does. I think it's going to be a good one. I guess we'll find out, right? These marathons are a very hit or miss. Sometimes the games that you think are going to be great end up being terrible. And the games that I end up thinking, oh, this is nothing, it's not a big deal, end up being the highlight of the marathon. So it's very, very, interesting to always see what happens during these marathons, for sure. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see how things go, and we'll go from there, all right? All right, so, folks, welcome. The stream is going to be starting right after this pre-stream, and then it will be continuing for the length of today. All right, we're going to be going roughly till around 7 p.m. Pacific time. There will be breaks in between for me to change and set up the games. But outside of that, it'll be pretty steady gameplay of these 4 games that the patrons have chosen. All right, and, all this will be recorded. All this will be uploaded to YouTube immediately following the end of the stream. Ooh, I feel like I got a burp. Ooh. I had a bowl of cereal for breakfast because I wanted to prepare. I knew that I wasn't going to be eating dinner till late tonight because I'd be going late on stream, so excuse me. But, yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's good. I'm hoping that this will be a fun stream for everybody. Everyone has fun. Definitely something different and refreshing, right? It's not a regular narrative playthrough. It's not a bunch of multiplayer. It's instead something very different from what I usually do, all right? All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Hope everyone is ready for a fun day. I hope that you guys are ready for some fun as well. Outside of the marathon today, what can you guys expect? I have a few updates for you, okay? Tomorrow, my gameplay stream will be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. For those who've been following along the playthrough, I'm pretty far into the game at this point, although probably at least 2 more major streams, I'm thinking, before I finish the game. So that's going to be my stream for tomorrow. In addition, tomorrow night, anyone who is a patron of mine in the month of February, your pledges should now have cleared, so you can expect a private message from me on Patreon.com in order to get your information to get you your perks for the month. In addition to that, I will also be doing the weekend preview, and I'm going to be hopefully adding some new merchandise to my Teespring shop tomorrow night. So tomorrow's going to be a very busy day for me overall, okay? Monday, ladies and gents, Monday, guess what? Monday, more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on stream. So Monday may be the big conclusion of San Andreas. It all depends on how it goes. All right. Monday night, I'm going to be doing a session of Call of Duty World War II, since I played it back on Wednesday and Saturday of last week. Really enjoyed it. Did really well in the game, and it seems like people really like the streams now that I'm playing the game at a higher level, okay? So I'll be doing more Call of Duty Monday night, and then Tuesday, folks, this is an update. Tuesday is actually going to be my day off for the week. I know that's weird because you're like, well, Phil, you just took Thursday off. Now you're taking Tuesday off. It's kind of weird that it's so close, right? Well, originally I wasn't planning. Originally it was going to be either Wednesday or Thursday when I was going to take my day off this week coming up. But I need a haircut really, really badly. Okay? Really badly. Okay? Like, I have not had a haircut since November. And my hair is overgrown over my ears. I got a mullet in the back of my freaking head. It's just like a mop. And every morning I wake up, and it's killing me. Like, my head is itching me. It's bothering me. And I need a haircut really badly. Well, my hairdresser was not available on Wednesday or Thursday. She was booked with, like, hair dyeing appointments. Actually, Wednesday she was booked with hair dyeing appointments. Thursday she's off. So I was like, well, I can't wait another week. I got to do it, as soon as possible. So Tuesday will be my day off this week. So no streaming this coming Tuesday, okay? But instead I'll be coming back with a nice fresh haircut, which is good because I need it badly. All right. And then Wednesday I will return, and you say, well, what's Wednesday going to be? It's going to depend. It may be the conclusion. All right. It may take a conclusion of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That may be the stream. Or it could be the start of a new playthrough. And you might say, well, what do you mean by that? What is this new playthrough? What are you going to be starting, Phil? Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly. Okay? It's going to be your choice between 4 games that I've played in the past that were all great playthroughs, some of the most entertaining and most popular playthroughs I've ever done over the 10-year span that I've been making video game content for you guys. Okay? What are the choices? The choices are, number 1, Mass Effect 2, the FemShep Renegade Run. Alright, that's number 1. Number 2, Heavy Rain. Okay? Number 3, Silent Hill 2. And certainly last but not least, number 4, Bully. So those are 4 playthroughs that over the course of the last 10 years that I've done content for YouTube are, again, synonymous with some of the greatest I've ever done. People would really like to see me redo them in a full HD, higher quality capture. All right. Let's see. I'm curious to see what people will vote on, because guess what? It's going to be you guys who are going to be voting on this. I'm actually going to create a poll over the weekend. Probably, I'm thinking Sunday night, where you guys will start the voting. And so that way, over the course of Monday when I'm finishing up GTA and Tuesday when I'm off, you guys can vote. And then, depending on when GTA ends, that'll be when this new playthrough begins. All right? So that's cool. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are excited for it. I don't know what's going to win. I mean, those are 4 games that I would love to play any of the 4. Someone actually asked me last night, oh, Phil, out of those 4 games, which would you prefer to play? None. I love them all. All the 4 of those games are going to be great playthroughs. Seriously, they're going to be sweet. So, I, very much looking forward to see what you guys will be voting on shortly. Very shortly, okay? What else? Well, folks, we've got new sub goals for the month, FYI, so you guys know what's going on. New sub goals for the month. For the month of March, if I hit 500 total subs on the channel, I'll be bringing back the Patron's Choice playthrough. It's time to determine a new downtime game for me to play in between all of the major new releases. All right, we've got a bunch of major new releases coming up in late March, some in April, some in May. So it's time to, select a new game that will be the filler game for all of that. All right, so if I hit 500 subs, it's the return of the Patron's Choice playthrough, where patrons will nominate and vote on a game for downtime. And pretty much anything will be eligible. Now, keep in mind, now there's a ton of more games that are now eligible because I can play GameCube games, right? If I hit 550 subs this month on my Twitch channel right here, I'm going to be doing the Rage Marathon, meaning rage-inducing games. People will be able to nominate and vote on, gee, this is a game that we know has caused Phil rage in the past, or we know this is a game that Phil's never played but would cause him rage if he played it, okay? And so it'll be a day just like today where all day I'll be playing games that are just going to nonstop cause me rage, 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 okay? So, that's a pretty cool event. Those are 2 fun events. I think that'll motivate people to sub to the channel, definitely, all right? And we'll go from there. We'll see how it goes. Now, I don't want people to be alerted. People are like, oh my god, subs keep going down. Subs keep going down. All right, see, I'm looking into it. I'm trying to figure out what exactly is happening. Because if you guys haven't noticed, subs are going down ridiculous amounts now every day. And it would be one thing if subs went down by like, oh, okay, they went down by 20 today. Okay, that makes sense because typically, you know, I get anywhere between 10 to 20 subs in a day. How are subs going down by 40 or more a day? It doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? It almost seems to me that either people are being artificially unsubbed from the channel, or people who are subbing and resubbing, they're not being counted. Okay? So, I'm pretty, I mean, am I upset? Not necessarily, but it's still annoying because this doesn't seem to be, it just doesn't seem to be accurate. Okay? It doesn't. How is it that it's going down and down and down and down when we're getting 20 subs a day, yet the total goes down by 20 a day? I'm sorry, but last month, I didn't gain 40 subs a day. It just didn't happen. I remember last month, if you remember in February, we were already down. And we were trying to regain where we were. So how am I, you know, I didn't get 40 subs a day last month in February. That didn't happen. So there's no way they could be going down by 40 a day. I definitely think something's wrong with subs. I do. I believe that there's something going on. So that being said, we'll see what happens. I actually have sent a message to Twitch to see if they can get an answer for me on what could possibly be going on. Because honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, it wasn't bad. Like February, people are like, oh, your subs were down. Yeah, but February was not a bad month at all. In perspective of the best months that I've had on Twitch, I think it was either the 3rd or 4th best month I've ever had. And even though, oh, subs are way down. Yeah, but I actually did decently. So I don't understand. With subs, subs are incredibly down, yet I still did good. It doesn't even make sense. You see what I mean? How is it that it could tell me, oh, you made this amount of money, you did good, but then it's, oh, my subs are over 100 down. Well, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all, right? So it just makes me scratch my head and like, I don't know. There's something, I think there's something here, all right? I do. I think there's something going on. And at the very least, I want Twitch to look into it to try to figure out if there is something going on. Because again, how am I going down overall 40 subs a day when I never got 40 subs in one day? It never happened. It's not possible. And especially if we keep seeing this, over and over, where every day it's dropping by like 40 subs, there's no way. It's not possible. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, we were at 430 subs. I got over 20 over the course of the day, yet now we're down to 416. Huh? So in a day, over 40 subs dropped? Get out of here. It's bullshit. I don't think it's correct at all. I think something's wrong. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll go from there. You know, I'm very curious to see what Twitch will see what they could figure out and pull out of their hat, I guess. So folks, thank you guys very much for being here. Appreciate your support. Hopefully, we will be hitting some of those sub goals. Excuse me, I'm typing something here. Over the course of this month, I do hope that we do hit the sub goals over the course of the month. And we could do some special events, you know. It sucked that in the month of February we didn't, but that was because in the month of February, everything was overinflated because so many people had gifted subs in the month of January that they all expired and no one renewed because they were all gifted. And the next thing you know, we didn't hit our sub goals. Well, no surprise, right? So, trying to think if there's anything else I want to touch upon. Anything else do I want to touch upon before we get started with the typical plugs and then we get started with gameplay here? If you guys don't notice, there's a new like Cheers leaderboard now on the stream, And apparently I have no control over it whatsoever. Like, I looked into it, and I don't, like, remember it used to say, oh, top cheer for the day? Apparently that's gone. I don't know why, but it's gone. Top cheer for the day has now been removed. There's no more top cheer thing on the stream. Instead, it's got this weekly tally of top cheerers, which is also okay. But at the same time, I'm kind of confused because, like, I liked having top cheer up there. It gave someone, you know, a lot of recognition. And the thing is, today, folks, I will be trying to pay attention to top cheer and top tip and put it up on the stream during the marathon. So today it's not a concern, but, like, for example, when I'm playing GTA or when I'm playing another narrative-based game, I'm not going to have these stream stats leaderboard up there to update. So I'm curious as to why they did away with top cheer. That's kind of weird. It is nice that 3 people get recognition, but at the same time, those are cumulative. That's like, oh, for the whole week, here's the top cumulative cheers, instead of, oh, today, here's the top cheer. So I think some people might be deflated because, you know, for example, Sir Noble, 5,000 bits, right? That's awesome. Thanks, Sir Noble, you know, for being so supportive this week. But I'm pretty sure most people who cheer aren't going to be able to cheer 5,000 bits. Now, maybe today they wanted to have top cheer temporarily, so they do a 200-bit cheer, and they would get top cheer, right? Well, now you don't get that anymore. See what I mean? So I don't know if I like that. I honestly don't know if I like that. I think maybe the previous one was a little better. Aloof One says, well, your cheerleader plugin will show the top cheer for the session. That is true, Aloof One. So if you guys do want to see, oh, who's the top cheerer for the session, what you need to do is go to just below my stream here. And I do have a cheerleader plugin dashboard here on the dashboard. It'll tell you who's the top cheerer for this session, for the week, for the month, and all time. So that still exists and that still works, okay? Ouch. All right. Let's get to some plugs, and then let's get to some shout-outs. People who've been cheering, subbing, and tipping here on the pre-stream already, okay? Excuse me. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my marathon stream. I hope that you are excited and ready for some fun. I am. Should be a fun day. Thank you for all of your support here on Twitch, watching the streams, and also on YouTube. If you'd like to go above and beyond just being a standard viewer, and maybe you'd like to do some additional things, right, to help out, there are many ways that you could do so. I will explain some of those to you right now, okay? First of all, boy, I started reading stream chat and I got completely distracted. Sorry, guys. First of all, there is Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges directly aid me in my effort to continue doing this as a full-time job. But also you earn cool personal perks, like you can get text or verbal thank yous in my videos. You get the ability to nominate and vote on games for ongoing events. Like I said, today's indie event, the games in this event were chosen by patrons, okay? What a perfect example of the power you get being a patron. And, folks, you also can get a private Q&A video, which is probably the best perk out of all of them. People who've gotten the private Q&A video that I make, they've really enjoyed it to the point where some people get them over and over because they like it so much, okay? I'm not going to go into massive detail here. Just check it out over at patreon.com/darksidephil, okay? And all the details are there. I am appreciative of anyone who does pledge. If you are a pledgee from February, I will be messaging you tomorrow night to get you information about your perks for the month. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No. Right now, that's pretty much all. I'll probably have more information regarding patron stuff as the month moves forward and we see if we hit sub goals and stuff, okay? So that's number one. Number two, there's Teespring. Obviously, you guys know that I have a Teespring shop where you can buy t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, and other merch, all made, logos and artwork designed by viewers and fans. It's high quality stuff that I can attest to personally because I own a bunch of it and I love it. All right. Anything you buy from the shop, I get a pretty sizable commission. It helps me out. So thanks to everyone who does, contribute by buying stuff from the shop. And hopefully tomorrow night, if I have time, which I'm hoping I do, I'll be able to add a couple new products to the shop myself. So you'll be seeing some new stuff shortly on my Teespring shop. I'll let you know when all that's live, via social media and on the streams, okay? Last but not least, folks. Last but certainly not least. If you would like a shout-out during today's stream, if you either cheer, sub, or tip at all, I will give you a shout-out. Now, there are some criteria to follow. Number one, please try not to be derailing and or trolling. You know, some people do it just to leave insulting messages or something about me. No, I'm not going to be reading those off or giving you shout-outs for those. Okay, I'm just not. However, for the most part, if you keep it concise, if you keep it pertinent, I will give you a shout-out for, whatever you say, depending on, if you cheer, sub, or tip, you'll get some credit, all right? Now, in addition, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button afterward, or if you tip me $5 or more, I'll be doing an on-screen pop-up thank you notification as well, all right? Which is pretty sweet. So, any of those things, you get cool recognition, both visual and verbal recognition if you do those criteria I just mentioned. Pretty nice. Now, in addition to that, all right, in addition to that, on the top of the screen, as you can see, today we got the leaderboard, where I'm going to be tracking my current subs, whoever the top cheerer is, and whoever the top tipper is. So here's your opportunity, folks, to get some extra recognition for any kind of participation today. And I'll be keeping track of that, actively and updating it when I get a chance in between the gameplay and everything. All right. One final thing, everybody, and then we're going to get started. All right. And it's certainly last, but certainly not least. Coming up in April, I have a big kind of almost D-Day when it comes to taxes. In April, middle of April, coming up this year. Number one, I'm going to owe the remainder of what I owe for my 2017 federal taxes. Number two, I'm going to owe a big payment for whatever the first payment is for my 2018 federal taxes. And number three, I'm also going to be assessed on all those back state taxes that apparently I owe, which I should have paid over the course of 2014 to 2016, but I didn't because my previous tax attorney was a scumbag who didn't do his fucking job and actually figure out that I owed them. So now I owe back taxes with interest and with fees and stuff, okay? It sucks. I don't like to mention it. I don't want to bring it up, but it's screwing me over pretty badly right now, all right? To the point where I'm very nervous about being able to pay these taxes. If I can't pay these taxes, all that's going to happen is going to get worse, all right? It's going to get even worse. It's going to become more fees, more interest, more penalties for not paying them on time, and they're just going to keep accumulating and accumulating. If it gets to the point where I can't pay them for the rest of the year, guess what? I'm probably going to have to sell my house and move. And it sucks. I don't want to do that. Right now, I'm starting a life here with my girlfriend, Kat. We're having a lot of fun together. She's going to be starting up with her job soon. There's a lot of positives coming out of all this. And as you guys know, my content and everything's been great recently. The streams are great, positive and everything. But it sucks because I in the back of my head, I just have this worry. What's going to happen? What if I can't afford it, right? Right now, I don't even know what I'm going to owe in April, but I should know within a few weeks here because, my accountant is currently working on it, and he's going to tell me, all right, here's what you owe, and then I'll have a better idea. But the bottom line is, I need help right now. I don't know what I'm going to do come April, all right? So, if you would definitely like to help in that regard in any way, obviously, anything helps. Patreon and Teespring, those things help. But in particular, if you're a stream viewer, right now the best way to help me would be tipping me. Reason being, when you tip me, I get that right away, and that'll be here in time for me to help with these taxes when they come up in April, okay? Everything else, other means, sometimes I have a stagger or a delay before I can actually have access to any of that. But tips, boom, I get pretty much instantly, all right? So that being said, if you're liking today's content, if you're liking the content streams, if you're doing all this stuff, all right, and you're having a lot of fun, and you want to see me continue to be successful and keep doing this as a job and stay in the house and everything going good, right? Please consider tipping me. How do you do that? Well, check it out. It's below my live stream here on Twitch. There's a section here with all kinds of information. You got the grid there. It has DSPGaming on YouTube and my website and all the rules for the stream and everything like that. There's a section there, all right, that actually says tips. Click on that. It'll take you to my tips page where you can either leave an anonymous tip or you can leave a tip with a message, all right, where you can get a shout out on the stream for it. So anything you guys contribute via tips is greatly appreciated and helps me. Like I said, all tips that I'm receiving now are going straight to taxes. They're not for anything else. Just tax, tax, tax. Because that's, you know, I need as much help as I can get, and I have no more money to blow. You know, but Phil, you're complaining about your TV. Why don't you get a new one? But Phil, why don't you get a new PS4? It keeps having audio issues. But Phil, why don't you? I don't have money. All my money has to go to these taxes. So I know it sucks. And you're right, Hobbs. He says an exact amount would help. You're right. You're absolutely right, Hobbs. I wish I had an amount right now. I could say, this is what I'm going to owe in April. I need your help. I can't say that. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I honestly have absolutely no idea right now. Plus, on top of once my tax attorney finishes the federal taxes, there's still going to be the state. And I was told I'm not going to be told what I owe to the state until either late March or early April at the earliest. Because they're backed up and they're upgrading their equipment. Or something like that. I don't know. But I'll let you guys know, obviously, once we get closer to it and once I have more information. But right now, folks, I certainly hope that things work out. And, you know, things are positive. Things on Twitch are better than ever. Things on YouTube are awful. And that's why I'm not even mentioning it anymore. Seriously, at this point, I don't even want to mention YouTube anymore because it's such a fucking joke how bad it is over there. And it doesn't matter how many views I get, how popular my stuff is, you know, if I'm playing new games, old games, it doesn't matter no matter what, YouTube's terrible. Seriously. So at that point, I don't even want to mention that anymore. But things here on Twitch are great. All right. So I want to keep that up. All right. I do. All right, folks. That's really it. I think that's it. Let's get started. Let's, like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to start with Doki Doki Literature Club, and we're going to see what happens. People say you have to play at least 2 hours to get to the good stuff, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get through this earlier, slower stuff, all right? And then we'll try, you know, see if we get to the good stuff. When we've played Doki Doki enough and you guys are tired of it, let me know, and we'll switch over to either Darkest Dungeon or VR Chat. It'll be your choice what we do next. And then whatever we didn't do, then we'll do next after that. And then to finish off tonight, it'll be Getting Over It. All right, so 4 games. Should be a fun stream. Again, I just want to say thank you guys for your support. Let's go ahead and do shout-outs, and then we'll begin, okay? So, scrolling all the way down. First of all, overnight, we had 2 or 3 people who contributed overnight when I wasn't even live streaming. Let's give them credit where credit is due. We had a goof called Woof who subscribed to the channel. Thank you, a goof called Woof, for the sub. We had Tofty1996 who subscribed. Very nice. We had Spooky Fan 101 who subscribed. Thank you, Spooky Fan. And Infinite did a 25-bit cheer. But guys, do you see what I mean? Like, every day, even overnight, I'm getting subs. So how can you tell me I'm getting subs overnight, then I stream, I'm getting like 10 to 20 subs per stream that I'm doing. So every day I'm gaining at least 20 subs, yet the subs are going down by 40 a day. I don't think that's correct. I think that there's definitely something up here with the tally of the subs or whatever. So, all right, now when the stream started, we had some people who contributed. We had K Styles. That's right, K Styles 1998 resubbed for the 15th month in a row. Thank you very much, K Styles, for the very, very long-running support. I do appreciate that. I absolutely appreciate that. And, you know, thank you. Be the Baby Rex did a 25-bit cheer. He said, let's just get this out of the way since we know it had to be asked. Is Scarface eligible for the Rageathon? It is, but what you have to understand is that unless someone is somehow going to explain to me how you're supposed to do that fucking game without wasting time, I would play it for like an hour and then throw it back behind the couch again. Like, there's not going to be anything new or additional to that. You're going to see me do the same waste of time grinding for drug distribution to try to make money and probably failing at it and raging at it and just fucking throwing it behind the couch again and never playing it again. So I recommend, if you want to see me do more things that cause rage, try to pick things that I've never done before or things that maybe that are more recent or more interesting. I mean, the Scarface Rage was funny the first couple times. Now it's so old and played out. I can't imagine why people would like it. But if people really, really wanted to see that, if let's say we hit 550 subs this month and people really, really wanted to see it, I would still do it. Okay? Okay. Shout out to what pasta do you prefer? Har, har, har. Here we go with the memes again. Did a 100-bit cheer and said, very excited for the marathon for Doki Doki. Well, we're starting with Doki Doki, so you're in luck. Then we had a troll cheer, so I'm going to ignore it. Dark Viking 159 did a 30-bit cheer and said, woo, Indies Marathon, this is going to be fun. Or Knights did a 25-bit cheer and said, you'll have to endure the dry segments of Doki Doki before getting to the deep parts. That's exactly what I've heard. So that's why we're starting with the game. We're going to try to get through the boring parts quick and get to good stuff. That's why I'm purposely starting with this game, all right? And don't worry, by the way, I will be interacting with stream chat and everything too. Or Knights cheered again. He said, do you wear anything Italian? No. To my knowledge, I don't own any piece of clothing that's Italian-made at all. So the answer is no. Shout out to, excuse me. Shout out to Captain DCW, who resubbed for the 3rd month in a row. He's actually been an on and off sub for the greater part of over a year. So even though it's only a 3-month, sub now, I know he actually had subbed previous to that. But he says, Phil, this is going to be my last sub for a while. I'm moving to Virginia and I'll have to find a new job. Well, Captain, I think first of all, we should all say good luck, right? I personally firsthand can tell you what a daunting and challenging task it can be to move from one place to another, especially when you're moving from state to state, or I don't know where you're moving from, but, moving long distances can be very challenging. And so I do wish you the best. I hope everyone in the stream chat will wish Captain the best. Number 2, I hope that you find a job, because that's another challenging thing in the United States right now. To find a job in a new location can be very challenging too. I was lucky in the fact that I could do my job from anywhere in the country, and it's not like I have to wait for someone to hire me, right? And Kat is actually pretty lucky because she was able to get her job transferred, and she'll be starting up hopefully by the end of this month, it looks like. So, we're both lucky in that regard. But if you're just starting from scratch, looking for a job, I know it can be challenging. Don't give up. Stick in there. Try to be, determined, and you shall persevere. I believe, Captain, that you will do well and you will be successful. Okay? So, thank you. Have a safe trip. And also, Captain, thank you for the support over the last year. Like I said, I have recognized you here from time to time, subbing and cheering and the like, and I appreciate that, and I wish you the best. Okay. OC Ray says the job market is great. OC Ray is incredibly ignorant. OC Ray, if you want to go flip a burger for $5 an hour and have no healthcare benefits and work 8 hours a week, sure, the job market's great. But outside of that, the job market's fucking terrible. The actual quality jobs don't exist. That's the problem. Our politicians in America, in the United States, they love to quote stuff, but they quote it always to their benefit. Oh my God, did you hear about job creation and this many jobs? But then when you look at you deep dive into the data, it's all service industry jobs. It's not any quality of life jobs where you can have a family and have, raise a household. It's, you work 5 hours a week, flipping a burger, and you have to work 4 or 5 jobs to even pay your fucking rent. So that's the problem with the United States of America right now. And by the way, here's another one. Social and National just said, well, isn't unemployment only 3%? Yeah, you want to know why? Because when you stop looking for a job actively, you're not considered unemployed anymore. What's happened in America is there's so many people who just have given up and they're not looking for a job anymore because they know they can't get a quality one anymore. They're not listed on the unemployed stats anymore. That's the actual truth. You're only considered unemployed when you're actively collecting unemployment and seeking a job. If you've stopped seeking a job, you're not listed anymore. But again, we love to spin statistics in the United States to make politicians look good, when in reality in the United States things are not good. But let's not get into the politics, okay? Social and National actually cheered and said, hello all. Thank you for the cheer, Social and National. Jachurdy did a 25-bit cheer and said, play all 4 games at once. Yes. I will play 4 games at once. It will be amazing. It'll be like my April Fool's special from years back where I was playing Metal Gear, Street Fighter 4, right? And something else. I was playing 3 games at once. I don't remember what the other game was. Astro Jet Boy did a 25-bit cheer and said, as of today, March 3rd, it has been 1 year since you uploaded the fact that you were laid off from Machinima video. I was not laid off from Machinima. That's not what happened. I never worked for Machinima. They couldn't fire me or lay me off. That's not what happened at all. We had a falling out because they were treating me like dirt and not helping me at all with things that were critical to my business and to my life. And I told them I was feeling very disrespected with the way that they were responding to me. And if they were going to continue to do that, I didn't want to work with them anymore. So then they said, okay, well, we're ending our contract. So that is not being fired or laid off. That's called basically telling them, you guys fucking suck. And I had enough of you guys disrespecting me. So either shape up or I'm done. And they said, okay, then, well, we're not going to shape up. So I guess we're going to say goodbye. Anyway, he says, how do you feel about your career with them and without them, and do you have any regrets? No, I don't. Quite frankly, I don't. The reality of the situation was that I really think that being that I was using Machinima as a crutch, and they were paying me more money than pretty much any other partnership network would, okay, that actually hurt me more than helped, because what I should have been doing is going out there and actively seeking and saying, oh, let's see what's the best benefit for me and my own content and my business. And if I had really done that, I think a lot earlier, I would have figured out that me being a live streamer and focusing on being a live streamer would have been the more beneficial thing. But because it was always, oh, Machinima has my back and pays me more than anybody else, I kind of used that as my crutch, and I never really sought out what the best thing to do was. You know what I mean? So I think that honestly being with them was actually more detrimental. I do. I fully believe that. So sadly, you know, if I had left Machinima 2 years ago and partnered with another company that was going to pay me less, maybe then I would have said, oh, well, how do I make up for that? Oh, I know. Let's focus on interactive streaming on Twitch, and I probably would have been 4 times as big today on Twitch than I am. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, like they say, hindsight is 20/20, right? I mean, now it's easy to see that, but back then there's no way to know. So it is what it is, but you know what? Quite frankly, I mean, things have only gotten better. Literally the day I got rid of Machinima and I went out on my own, things have gotten better. I've become more popular, more positivity around me and my content than ever before. Streaming now has exploded. Everything's good in that regard. So why on earth would I ever look back, right? Okay. Shout out to Solid Fantasy, who did a 500-bit cheer. So you are the cheerleader for today so far, Solid Fantasy. I say so far because I haven't seen the rest of the cheers. I'm actually going up here reading and doing all the shout-outs. But he says, someone spammed racial slurs in my messages because I asked if Scarface would be a choice for your upcoming marathon. So there you go. The stream seems like it could be hilarious. Yep. Hey, man. I apologize to anyone who is getting spammed by assholes on Twitch. There's nothing, obviously, I can do about it. What I would say is if you do, obviously, block those people and contact Twitch and get them banned. They're assholes. There you go. All right. We had another troll cheer that I'm going to ignore. And, let's see here. Oh, here we go. I got a tip from, oh my god. Yugi Deep Throats Joey. This guy seriously loves deep throat jokes. But he gave me a $1 tip. He says, I know you're a fan of anime such as Dragon Ball, Naruto, and to some extent One Piece, but are you a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh? Would you ever play a game for it? I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, I know it's a card game or whatever, and that's about all I know. So I've never seen the anime, so I don't know much about it. Royal Crown 115. Sorry, I almost blew his name. Royal Crown 115 subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Royal Crown, for the sub. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Tokyo Trump did a 25-bit cheer. Said, hello. What's going on, Tokyo Trump? Good to see ya. And Tokyo Trump has resubbed. All right. He's resubbed for the 3rd month in a row. Thank you, Tokyo Trump. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Captain DCW says, I'm going from Tennessee to Virginia. I work at Captain D's. The nearest one where I live, well, I don't know what Captain D's is. He says the nearest one where I'm moving to is 4 hours away. So there you go. Sadly for Captain DCW, he's not able to transfer because his new place is going to be 4 hours away. I'm pretty sure he can't do an 8-hour commute every day. Well, Captain, from Tennessee to Virginia, I wish you the best. Hopefully the move is a smooth one, and hopefully you are able to get a job and everything works out fine. We all wish you the best. Thank you. Ornite did a 25-bit cheer. He says you should play Crossing Souls. It's a decent indie title on PSN. The feels is inducing too. Thanks for the suggestion. Never heard of it, and I don't think anyone nominated that for this Indies Marathon. So it is what it is. But thank you for the suggestion. Okay. Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh. Son of a bitch. Swallowed the wrong way. I hate when that happens. I already addressed Hobbs earlier, but I guess he wanted to be addressed, so he had cheered and said the same thing that he had said about without knowing the amount of money that I owe for taxes, some people might not want to tip me and stuff like that. Yes, we already discussed it, Hobbs. Thank you for the cheer, but there's no reason to bring it in again. And Jay Kramer, here we go. This is hilarious. Ready? Jay Kramer cheered and said, well, I moved to a new state. I managed to find a job, and I make 6 figures. I kept at it. You're wrong, Phil. That's right, because Jay Kramer, if you're not aware, every single person in the United States of America can actively and freely afford to move from state to state at will like you, and then immediately get a 6-figure job no matter what. That's how we are in America. People are just rolling in hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Every single person. Every person. This is the problem, is that some people seem to not be able to see the big picture. They don't even drive down the damn street to look and see what's around. Jay Kramer, I challenge you. All right? Here's what I want you to do. Go to your local city, and I want you to drive down the major road. And I want you to tell me what you see. Do you see burgeoning industrial industries and giant towering office buildings where people are all getting paid $100,000 a year? Or do you see fast food? What do you see? Do you see service industry jobs that are minimum wage and barely pay anything and don't even give 20 hours a week? Or do you see giant towering, business and industry that's booming constantly everywhere you go? And when you have an answer for that, come back and cheer again. Or, you could just say something in the stream chat and let us know, because we know the answer. The answer is, it's not great. The situation in America is not great. But, just because you are the lucky guy, for some reason you're now thinking that you're like the actual case for everything. It's not correct. All right? You're wrong. That is not how it is for everyone at all. All right? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. So just stop it. Stop. Okay. Or Knights just cheered. He says, I would like to insert a congratulatory salute to Sega for releasing the Yakuza 6 demo as the full game before realizing it late and gave me 14 hours of the experience. Thanks, Sega. I now own the full game and they got absolutely nothing for it. Yeah, did you guys hear what happened? This is absolutely true. Sega fucked up, and when they went to release the demo for Yakuza 6, they gave everyone the entire full game. Oops. So everyone basically who downloaded the demo now owns Yakuza 6 for free. What the fuck? And by the way, almost everyone did. So like Yakuza 6 will not be selling pretty much anywhere that it's the American, or excuse me, the English translation. People got the game completely for free. How funny is that? That's pretty funny. They really botched it. But I mean, let's face it, it was because they were lazy. They were so lazy, instead of creating a real demo, what they did is download the full game and we'll just have a certain part unlocked that you can play up to. And then if you buy the purchase code, we'll unlock the rest of the game. That's the laziest demo ever. That means zero effort. You know what I mean? If they had actually put effort into the demo and made a real game demo, then that wouldn't have happened. So they kind of, deserve it. When you really think, stop being lazy and maybe that shit won't happen. I'm just saying. Oh my God, Hobbs. He cheered again to say, one time you got donated too much and got put in higher tax bracket and had to pay more money. Yes, Hobbs, that is correct. Well, actually, no. All right. It wasn't that I'm in a higher tax bracket. That's not correct. I don't want, Hobbs, the reason I'm not addressing this is because this is not the tax stream where people want to hear the ins and outs of how American taxes work for a half an hour. But what happened was I had back taxes due in January because this previous tax attorney had screwed me over. I didn't have the money at all. So people rallied in December, right? And I made a bunch of money in December, which then allowed me to pay off those taxes as well as all the bills for my tax attorney who had to clean that situation up. However, because of that, I earned extra money, and now I owed extra taxes on that extra money. It didn't put me into a new tax bracket or anything like that, but I made extra money that now I owed more taxes on, and that's what I'm going to owe now, part of what I'm going to owe, coming up in April, all right? But that's really not the issue. The issue is the new taxes now coming up this year for 2018, plus I still owe back taxes for the years 2014, 2015, and 2016 for the state. That's really the issue coming up. I have money where I can definitely afford and to finish paying off my taxes for 2017, no problem. The problem is now they expect me immediately to start dumping in the next year's taxes. Like, here, pay what you owe, and I'll pay what you're going to owe all at once. Like, well, where the fuck does this money come from? Because that's not, from what I'm going to understand, I don't get paid from stuff I did last year and then get paid for the entire new year coming up all at once. That's not how it happens. I get paid over time like everybody else. So how do they expect me to pay all these taxes at once? I don't know, but that's how it works when you're self-employed. So, see why I didn't want to get into it, Hobbs? It's incredibly complicated. People right now are scratching their head saying, what the fuck is Phil talking about? They don't know what I'm talking about. No, and no one cares. No, because people were very generous in December, it didn't hurt me. It allowed me to get past that hurdle that I had in January because I wouldn't have been able to pay that at all. But now, of course, yeah, now I owe slightly more. But now it's the next year's taxes that are going to have to be tackled. See what I mean? Anyway, in summary, all right, I do need your support in regards to, you know, this thing coming up in April. I don't know what it is yet. When I do know, I'll probably let you know. But if you can help at all, tip me, please. Tipping is the way to go. All right? All right. And now Jay Kramer cheered again, and now this is so hilarious. Well, I only had $800 to my name and Herbert. All right, Jay Kramer, we all know that you are amazing. You're the best human on the planet. Obviously, you're more intelligent, you're better, you're stronger. In fact, you're much better looking than most of us. So we all look up to you as our idol, and we now all everyone on the stream, before we even play any games, just take a moment to bow down to Jay Kramer, who is the ultimate human. He wants us all to worship him because he's amazing. He went with little to no money, moved across the country, and immediately got a six-figure job. It's obvious this is the commonplace thing that happens for all Americans, right? Not that most Americans are out there doing shitty service industry jobs and flipping burgers and doing shit they hate. No, we all are going to be like Jay Kramer. Bow down to Jay Kramer. All hail Jay Kramer. There you go. There, you got your moment in the sun, sir. I hope you're happy now. You're out of your mind. Anyway, Mark McCauley did a 50-bit cheer. He says that Derek says that he hopes that with the poll coming up, he hopes that Bully wins. I really would love to see the return of Jimmy Hopkins from Bulworth Academy attending different classes. My favorite was geography class. He's wondering, do I still have it on my 360? I don't have it on it, but I definitely would be able to download it again because I own the rights. I did buy it digitally at first. So, yes, I would be able to easily re-download it and play it on the 360. Insomniatic Meat did a 50-bit cheer. Says, yes, I'm self-employed and taxes do suck. My dad owns his own business and he has to pay a ton. It's tough because you've got self-employment tax, and in order to really make ends meet, what you have to do is really try to write off as much as you can, which is incredibly complicated. And even then, they expect you to... The thing is with business, it's ups and downs, right? Like right now, the first quarter of the year for me is the slowest of the year. I make the least amount of money that I'll make all year right now because the months of January and February are always the slowest. They're always slow. There's no new releases. There's not a lot going on. Traditionally, things pick up around March, April, May, June. Then they slow down again for July and August. Then September, October, November, December, they pick up again. But the federal government doesn't care. They just want me to start paying taxes right away like I have all this money accumulated and sitting here, not that I have bills to pay and other responsibilities. I should just have all my money saved just for fucking them and pay them every quarter, even though some quarters for me are good and some quarters are bad. They want me to have the same amount of money every quarter. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's a horrible system for the self-employed. And King of Hypocrisy did a 25-bit cheer and regurgitated stupid memes from detractors, which I'm not going to waste my time with because I'm not a complete idiot. This is why I've been saying to him repeatedly that his behavior makes him look like a detractor, and he keeps saying to me, oh, I'm not. Well, here you go. First thing you do today, you cheer and you say something that's what the detractors have been saying for weeks because they're morons, and you expect me to, be nice to you. So what do you expect, dude? Seriously, what do you expect? Yeah, the way that you are reacted to directly is affected by the way that you act on stream. So think before you act. There you go. All right. So, folks, let us now update everything before we begin, and then we will begin, okay? Let's take a look. I'm going to update everything. The sub count. So we got a top tip I got to put in there. Looks like the sub count command is delayed. It's not even working right now. What is going on? The sub count's not even coming up now. Everyone's trying it, not coming up at all. I think the whole thing crapped out. Well, let me look at my dashboard. All right, my dashboard says there's 419. So that's what I'm going with. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. I'm just going with what my Twitch dashboard says. So let's update that. And Solid Fantasy is still the top tier. And the top tip is a one that I cannot put in words. I'm just going to say Yugi Deep. Yugi Deep. $1. There you go. All right, folks. So we're going to be starting, as I said, with Doki Doki Literature Club. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully it's entertaining for you. You have fun. I know it takes about 2 hours, apparently, to get to the good stuff, so we're going to be trying to getting through it as quickly as possible. All right. And then after Doki Doki, it will be up to you to determine, do you want to see Darkest Dungeon or VR Chat next, all right? Just to forewarn you guys, VR Chat probably is not going to be great. Number one, I've heard that the thing is degraded and isn't so good anymore because the kind of the fad is over. And number two, the game crashed nonstop the last time I played it. So please don't be expecting the world from VR Chat. I really am not expecting much from it at all, quite frankly, okay? Darkest Dungeon, I have no idea how it's going to go because I haven't played it in a year and a half. So I probably won't even remember how to freaking play it. All right. Are we good? Are we all calm now? Are we ready to go? All right. Let us, folks, continue with a fun day. Thank you already for your support. Let's jump into Doki Doki, and let's see how it goes. Sound good? All right. Ballsley Fridge is cheered, actually. He says, one thing about being black in America is we never really own anything, so it's tough for someone like me to build a successful business, but I'm trying. I would love to say I own stuff, but really all I do is I just have debt. It's true. I mean, I have 2 mortgages. I have a car loan. I have a ton of credit card debt. I have personal loans. So even though I have things that, oh, Phil owns a lot. No, I don't. What I'm doing is I'm just slowly, gradually paying off an insanely huge lump of debt. Gradually over time. I don't actually own anything. So, I think a lot of Americans are in your situation, Bosley. I think many Americans, just in general, doesn't matter the color of your skin at all, we're just in a situation where in order to own anything, we need to borrow, right? We don't have the money to purchase. We have to borrow everything. So, all right. That is it. Let us begin with a fun indie stream. Again, thank you everyone for your support so far. And let's go ahead. Bionichu says, at least you own your debt. You're a jerk. What an asshole. What a thing to say. Yeah, that's definitely what I wanted. Anyway, all right. Let's end the pre-stream and let's start with Doki Doki. Here we go.